Why are there cracks being formed in a building after construction? During construction, we use a lot of materials, not just a single material in a construction. So there is a difference in the expansion and contraction or shrinkage of each material. This is where a lot of cracks form. Hi, my name is Mugilan. I'm from Mukil Constructions. And let's look at where the cracks will form. So if you look here, this is AAC block, autoclaved aerated blocks, and we have cut this part to insert an electrical pipeline here, and we have put some switch boxes here. So this is where a crack will form because this is where you are cutting the AAC block, and this is a plastic material. So there is no conformity between this material and this material, and the only way we have to pack it is by plastering here, just like how it is done here. We have to put some plaster and then apply it and then pack it. But even though we pack it, what happens is that the material inside, just like how you look at here, the material inside isn't the same material. So there is a difference in the expansion and contraction or shrinkage during the aging of the building. And what happens is that a crack will be formed in these lines, or a crack will be formed in this line where two materials are joining together. So how do we avoid that is by placing a chicken mesh, steel mesh, which along with this, starting from here to here, so that it covers this complete area, and then throughout this, and then we plaster that so that the complete material gets packed completely. This is almost like a single material, and that's how chicken mesh works. And the next point where there will be cracks is that the joining of concrete and brickwork or an AAC block work. At this point, what happens is that there is a difference of materials. So there will be a crack here. The same will happen at the joints wherever concrete and block or brickwork joints are formed. So the same method is being used here. To avoid this, you can only attach another material here, but it's the chicken mesh, and then plaster it. You have to plaster it along with the chicken mesh, fix the chicken mesh beforehand, and then plaster it so that there will be a perfect finish. But even though there is a possibility of formation of hairline cracks are common in a building. Do not get afraid because of a hairline crack. A hairline crack is a minor crack. It is only a plastering crack which will form because the building is aging. Hairline crack is a very common thing. The only cracks which we have to be afraid of is structural cracks. Hairline cracks do not affect the structure. Hairline cracks does not allow water seepage inside. If there is water seepage, which is because of raining or some other weathering, if there is some water leakage inside your building, that is not due to hairline cracks, that is due to some other cracks inside the structure, which during the building process, in the construction process, they would have ignored or they would have missed by mistake. So the next main thing where you have to fix a chicken mesh is that when there are 3 or 4 pipelines coming together, just like this, because it's a very huge area, almost half an inch, it's being cut, and then wires are being put, pipelines are being put. So in this material, you have to pack it and then fix the chicken mesh. Now there is one point you have to consider after packing. Just like how you do the curing for the plastering, you have to cure this packing also. After packing this, cure this for the next 3 days or so. Then you do the plastering. Then you fix the chicken mesh, and then if you do the plastering, there won't be any cracks. Most people, what they miss out is that they will pack this. The next day itself, they will start plastering it. That is not the right way. This has to also settle properly. So do a curing for this properly, and then you fix the chicken mesh, and then you plaster, and then the cracks can be only minimized. This is for any building, the cracks can only be minimized. This is just like how you give service to your car or a bike. You give a regular service to your bike, but in general, we don't do a proper service for our building. The building is also built up of various materials, and you have to give proper service. But we don't do it because the building doesn't tell us. The way building tells us is that by forming small cracks or by having some water seepage. This is the language of the building, that the building is saying, hey, I'm weathering out, take care of me. So if your building is weathering out, take care of a building. And then probably what I will say is that For after the construction, the first year you check for cracks. For the first 3 years, every year once you can check for cracks. After 3 years, the building would have weathered properly, so that you can check the building for cracks once in 5 years. But once in 5 years at least, if you check for cracks, check the seepages, check the water leakages, then your building will withstand the weathering, and the longevity of the building will be huge. So take care of your building, have a happy life with your family in your building. So you let the building grow along with your family. Thank you.